Hi, everybody. Welcome to Happy Talk, beginning of February 2024. I'm Shaman Marcus. This is Healing with Marcus, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you also can feel into your energy, feel into your life, feel into both your life force energy and what's going on within you. Where are you on your spiritual path? Where are you on your spiritual journey? We are all on a spiritual journey, right? And when we look into our own lives, we look at ourselves, we look at our lives, we look how different times have brought different things, and we've had different timelines playing out in our lives. We've been on one timeline that abruptly shifted to another, to another, to another. Well, where are you right now? And it's a good thing to reflect on, right? Reflect over and to look at what is going on. Do you feel safe in your system? Do you feel strong and grounded and rooted in yourself and in Earth Mother and in the energy itself? Or are you feeling like you still need other things to help you? And of course, it's easy to feel that way, right? It's super, there's no shame, right? There's just when we see that there could be discomfort in our system, that there might be parts of our body and our energy field that we haven't healed yet, our emotional selves, there are certain parts that aren't healed yet. But I would like for you to know that there is healing possible for everything. That no matter how dark something may look, it will and can get better. And of course, it doesn't look that way when we're in the middle of it. Of course, it doesn't seem that way. Especially with the amount of people that have come to me lately that are under psychic or energetic attacks. There's a lot of them. A lot of people have come to me and they've been saying how they are feeling attacked. They're feeling like energies are pulling on them. Energies are not allowing them to sleep. They are hearing messages. They're hearing voices. They're seeing people. A lot of people have come to me like that lately. And what I'd like to address today is that there is healing available for that too. There's healing possible for that too. But it does take for us to go inwards and actually get on a spiritual journey. And it doesn't mean that we have to go completely nuts. We don't have to go out there and explore the multidimensional reality all the time. We don't have to go on medicine journeys left and right. But we do have to start preparing a meditation practice. We have to start finding a central state inside of ourselves, a space within that seems to be a little more stable. Because as we bring our awareness and attention inwards, we start to grow stronger in our energy field. We become more rooted and grounded, especially with that practice. So in your meditation, if you also begin to envision yourself growing roots into Earth Mother, you learn different methods of how to clear your energy field, how to clean yourself spiritually, energetically. When you learn these things, it brings you into a sense of stability inside, a sense of being in balance and having a center. And as we come into that center, we strengthen our sense of self. And this is not the superficial false sense of self. It is not the versions of ego that are based in fear. It is the version of you that is your original soul property. It's your original self. That sense inside of yourself, that part of you that is pure, incorruptible, innocent, vulnerable, and very, very beautiful. That's the part of yourself that we do connect with when we go deeper on our journey. And when we connect there, we start to strengthen ourselves from the inside and out. This means we strengthen our DNA, our physical body, and our energy body. And as we strengthen from that space, we can also start to notice or see when things are trying to attack us. When other entities, whether it be dark tentacles or energies or feelings or thoughts or voices that are coming towards you, you will be able to fend them off. This is part of that spiritual journey that is so imperative that we get on. It's so imperative that we start finding our way back home. So that if we are being attacked by anything, we are strong enough to keep that away. Because you see, they don't really attack people unless there's an opening, a weakening of the aura of the energy field. They don't have a way in. It's a lot like your immune system. Like if your immune system is in good health, then there are no viruses or other diseases that actually can easily grab a hold of us. But when we are in a weakened state, let's say if we compare the energy body to the physical body, if we have parasites, if we have an overgrowth of yeast and candida, or if we are eating fast food all the time, we're smoking, we're drinking sodas, we're drinking a lot of alcohol, we're living an unhealthy lifestyle. That allows for entities to grab a hold of us. Or if we look at the physical body, when we're not in a healthy inner space, it allows for parasites to come in, and because our immune system isn't strong enough, it can't fight off the parasites or the inflammation levels in our body. Very similar in the energy field. That when we are weak because of trauma, because of fear, because of, inherited things that are in our system, that's where we're going to get attacks that can grab a hold, they can put hooks into us. So as we get on this journey of spiritual enlightenment and awakening, we start to realize and recognize that, oh, that's a part of me that I haven't healed yet. I have a broken heart. I have abandonment issues in my sacral. My solar plexus is hurting. My different organs are hurting. Or I feel less strong in these areas. So if we start by identifying where our weaknesses are, or what are our patterns in life, do we have healthy boundaries with other people or unhealthy boundaries? Do we have a sense of self or not? This is the healing journey. And as we start moving inwards and we start finding where those difficulties are, we start to heal it. We can breathe spaciousness into it. We can breathe awareness into it. And we also you come and see a healer. You work with different kinds of healer. You can work with people like me, you shamans, or you can work with Reiki masters, or you can work with, different forms of intuitive healers or somatic healers. There's a whole slew of people who work in the energetic healing field that can really help with these kind of ailments. And, sometimes the attacks are violent. Sometimes they are strong, but you get stronger inside. You start to inhabit your body, and you start to inhabit the parts of yourself that you forgot or that you left behind or that you've been denying. And as we start to bring light into those places, any darkness that's hiding there starts to move away. It's very similar between the energy field and the physical body. It's almost, they are mirroring each other. So we also end up upgrading our DNA. As we bring more awareness and energy in, more light into our body, our DNA will respond by, oh goodness, I feel good. There's less stress in our system. There's less fear in our system. That helps the DNA to shift into a healthier expression. You may have heard of DNA gene expression. And what the old belief around DNA and genes is that if you have a certain gene in your body, it's going to express itself and you're going to get that disease. So if you have certain conditions or gene traits in your system, you're going to get this or that disease. Because they had identified a connection between the genes and these diseases. So there are people who get, preemptive mastectomies and other things of that nature because they have the gene for, say, breast cancer. And what Bruce Lipton came up with in 2010 was this idea of epigenetics, where he talks about how these gene traits may or may not be turned on. Different genes will be turned on or not turned on depending on the state of your body, depending on the cells around, like how the cell is doing, the cell health that is surrounding in the mitochondria. You have the DNA inside of it, and depending on the health of the mitochondria, different DNA is going to express itself. This is where healthy, mindful, inner spiritual work actually really truly pays off, because we're allowing for the healthy part of the DNA to start to feel better, to start to express, right? It's very interesting because this is where science and healing work meet, right? Look into Bruce Lipton and epigenetics. Do your research on it. It's beautiful. And all of this helps then to strengthen us. And all of that helps then to fend off whether it be physical bacteria or energetic attacks in the ether. Because they are very real. You know, let's not pretend like it's not real that people feel or hear voices. They really do hear these voices, and they really are energy attacks from somewhere. There's no doubt about it. But it usually shows up when we are in a stressed inner space, when we are in a fearful space, or we go through something traumatizing, or if we're using psychedelic medicines for party reasons, in concert settings, in party settings, if we're not mindful on how to use these medicines that are given to us by Earth Mother for healing, right? Not for frivolous use, it's for healing. So this is where, because what happens also is that if you take these medicines that are meant for healing, but you take them for a party, you open up your energy field in ways that you're not aware of. And if you're in a big group of people, let's say concert or party, there's a lot of energies that are hanging out right there, just waiting for an opening. And once they attach to you, they can be tricky to get rid of, just like parasites. So what I encourage is that you work on your spiritual hygiene, your emotional, spiritual, mental, physical hygiene. Yes? So we can stay on this journey of inner growth, so we can keep on moving. And this is the last thing I'll leave you with. When it comes to this time of our evolution as humankind, it is time for people like you and I to step up to the plate. It is time for people of the heart, people who believe in opening the heart and sitting in life force energy. It is time for us to begin to lead the way. It's time for us to step up to the plate. Become the leaders that you know in your heart that you are. It is time for all of us to step up to that plate so that we can help create a more beautiful, loving, peaceful earth life on this planet. Because what we do reverberate into space. And when we create suffering and negativity and fear and anger, that creates this loosh that both feeds the dark side of the forces, but it also creates disease that vibrates into the universe. It leaves a wake out into the universe. Just like we are being affected by other planets, we are also affecting the universe. And because of humankind inhabiting the planet, we're actually kind of a bigger impact than the planets that say are maybe uninhabited, or at least they're not inhabited in the life forms we recognize. So we're in a big journey, and it's a big mission we all have. But it starts with our individual healing journey. And if you have been attacked, or if you feel like you're under attack, make sure you take that power back. Many people who come to see me are in a state of helplessness. And what I want to help you, to encourage you, is you're not helpless. We're not helpless. We can bring this power back. We can reconnect to Earth Mother. We can get stronger. We can find balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine, where the divine masculine holds a framework for the divine feminine to express love, creation, and power. All right. Thank you for listening. I hope you're doing wonderful, and I wish you a lovely, lovely weekend. And we'll be back here with a live on Monday evening at 7 p.m. And that was it for this week. So much love to you. Keep trudging. the spiritual journey. Namaste and aho.